In 2025, handheld gaming isn't just alive, it's leading the industry. With the explosive launch of Nintendo Switch 2 and the continuing evolution of the Steam Deck, gamers now have two powerful and very different options in the palm of their hands. But with both systems commanding attention, which one is actually winning and which should you invest in? Let's break it down. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future uploads. Starting with raw performance, the difference is clear. The Steam Deck runs on a custom AMD APU and functions like a handheld PC. It plays full-scale AAA games like Elden Ring and Cyberpunk 2077 with respectable settings, something the original Switch couldn't dream of. But with the Switch 2, Nintendo has stepped up. Reports from hands-on previews show that the Switch 2 uses an NVIDIA chipset with DLSS upscaling and ray tracing support. Leaked benchmarks suggest it performs close to a PS4 Pro in handheld mode and significantly better when docked, possibly close to a PS5 in certain upscale scenarios. While the Steam Deck still wins on raw flexibility, the Switch 2 has closed the gap far more than expected. Next, let's talk about games. This is where Nintendo still dominates. The Switch 2 launched with backwards compatibility, meaning the full Switch library, including Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Metroid Dread, is playable from day one. Plus, exclusives like Mario Odyssey 2 and Pokémon Legends ZA are already confirmed for this generation. The Steam Deck, while powerful, doesn't have exclusives in the traditional sense. It relies on a vast PC library, which is impressive but also fragmented. Not all games are optimized for handheld controls, and battery life on demanding titles remains a challenge. Steam Deck is incredible for variety, but Switch 2 is unmatched for polished, portable-first experiences. When it comes to design, both systems have improved. The Switch 2 retains the iconic hybrid form factor, portable yet dockable, with redesigned Joy-Cons that fix many of the issues users faced in the original model. The UI has also been overhauled for better speed and usability. The Steam Deck, on the other hand, feels more like a compact laptop. It's bulkier, heavier, and better suited for those who enjoy tweaking settings and installing mods. For the average user who just wants to pick up and play, the Switch 2 still offers a more streamlined experience. Battery life is still a weak point for both devices, but early testing suggests the Switch 2 lasts longer per charge, likely due to better power optimization and the less demanding OS. Steam Deck often struggles with intensive games draining the battery in under 2 hours. For portability and convenience, the Switch 2 pulls ahead once again. Pricing is also a deciding factor. The Switch 2 launched at a premium, reportedly around $499, which is higher than its predecessor. The Steam Deck starts slightly higher depending on storage tier, but often goes on sale. However, the Switch 2's value comes from its exclusive ecosystem, while the Steam Deck offers more control at a cost of complexity. Looking ahead, the ecosystem is key. Nintendo has confirmed extended support for Switch 2 titles and ongoing online integration with existing Nintendo accounts. That makes transitioning from the original Switch smooth for millions of users. Steam Deck, while flexible, still operates in a gray zone between console and PC. It receives frequent updates and has a growing community, but lacks the unified platform experience that Nintendo offers. For users who value plug-and-play with long-term support, the Switch 2 is the safer choice. So, who's winning in 2025? If you want flexibility, raw power, and an open system, the Steam Deck is still king. But for polished gameplay, long battery life, exclusive titles, and seamless usability, the Nintendo Switch 2 has raised the bar. Thanks for watching.